Hello there. How are you? This is take 3. It's going to be one of those days, folks. At any rate, so I've been playing ahead in this game a bit. I mean, a
Rain
ways.
not only humidifies the
Let him
soil,
talk.
it can also be automatically collected via rainwater collectors to generate a steady flow of additional water. Since we've already built our weather station, we're able to decide what kind of circumstances would make us want to cover our rain collectors.
Well, there we go. All right, let's do that. And yeah, we're going to be looking at that. Yeah, I've played ahead a little bit, got into some research, had a couple of raids happen. We have been able to upgrade a number of buildings. We haven't done it in this particular playthrough yet, but we will get there. There are some decorative items you can add pretty soon. It starts to feel, a lot more permanent. Like these people are settling in to make something good happen in the world. And while it hasn't become as beautiful as I would like to see it, I hope as the research continues we get there. But right now we have our weather station. Now we have collectors in fields. We can actually cover these. Actually, let's put it at low and see what happens. Now the problem with that is they won't be getting rain at that point if they are covered. So that's something to keep in mind. I hate to do this, but I'm going to put it medium for right now, and we'll see. But we have to build some rainwater collectors, so let's do that. Where could I put them? I guess I can put them anywhere I want to. We've got some other rain going on here, rain things, so I think, you know what, I'm going to put in a couple of them. They seem like a really good idea. And it's not necessarily what he wants, but it is kind of what I want, so we're going with what I want this time. We're going to put in a couple of those, and we'll be able to actually cover them. If radiation is doing bad things, we'll be able to fix it so that they get covered. That's kind of cool, just to keep the water from being as clear. And this, I have had this here the whole time, and it just popped into my head. Oh my goodness, am I filtering the water? And I wasn't. So I'm so sorry. I wonder how many people I've killed. Although they've all died of old age, but maybe they've died of old age a lot sooner than they would have if they would have had some mayor paying attention to them. Like, seriously. Okay, so none of these are filled. That's good. We have 90. Okay, so we've got 2 adults each over here. And then the leftovers. Look at this. You can just choose to have the old and infertile here, which sounds like a horrible thing. Now I realize that young lovers, want some privacy. I totally get that. We do need the children, but it seems like for the most part the game decides that that's what's going to happen anyway. That people capable of having children are going to get the homes, and the old folks are moving out into the camps. Think of this as a retirement village. Oh, that's so sweet. Now we do have adults and even young adults in here because they're homeless. So I 2 things kind of popped into my mind here. These are kind of like retirement villages, but perhaps we have a little bit of Darwinism going on. If you're smart enough, well enough provider, physically, good looking enough, whatever, you're going to be the people who get the mates first. At least, there's some reason people are attracted to each other. Kindness, intelligence, beauty, stamina, the great hunting ability, being a provider, being a healthy baby maker, being whatever. There are things that make people, attracted to one another, and hopefully, the cream of the crop is landing over here. And to, Ruby and Benjamin, I'm sorry. And I'm sure that won't be the case all the time. We're going to have a lot of people who just don't have homes. We just don't have enough. Like, I bet you Rosario here, I bet she's absolutely, and Louie, Louie is fabulous. And look at all the women. Oh, and Ava, old adult. Yeah, I can't even complain about that one. Let's just shut up and go on. Anyway, so we have a retirement village and a little Darwinism happening. We have cleaned up all of this. Now, even though that's there, we can build over it, so that's cool. And at some point, we're going to get an expedition building, and
Never
we're going to be able to
forget that our
send...
settlers might get sick if we distribute water contaminated with radiation at
Like
our
that.
settlement.
Oh,
Even
yeah.
if they're wearing protective clothing, we should make sure that the collected water is as purified as possible.
Now he reminds me.
We can have our crops covered to shield our seedlings against radiation. But once
No.
they've been covered, naturally they won't be irrigated with rain anymore. To rectify this problem, we can build an irrigation plant
excuse
that is able to artificially regulate soil humidification. Place this building with care, because it is only going to irrigate the soil within its impact radius.
Okie dokie. So we have one of these built. Now over here on this one, rainwater collectors, we're going to cover it if there's any radiation at all. I figure the cleaner the water that makes it into our storage facility and filtration is, the cleaner the better. So we're just going to turn this on. I mean, we have water. Apparently some of it may have been contaminated. But, you know, the wells are supposed to be clean because they're getting down far enough, I guess, to not have a problem. But when there is radiation, you'll see a little cover appear over these. It's absolutely adorbs. And right now, the irrigation plants are kind of it's unfortunate that we're not going to be able to cover our entire field. And that's that's too bad. Now, I guess what we can do is put another field over here, but I mean, we've still got so much food ahead that I'm not really all that concerned. We just want to make sure that we're covering as much of our field as possible. I mean, ideally, I guess you would just put one of these down first and then build fields within that radius. But I mean, we get the corners. I think this is as good as it's going to get. And we can put another field just north of it. And most of that one would be, if it sits within that area right there, most of it's going to be looked after by the irrigation plant. So this is going to fill up water. Fortunately, we have water over here. And what we will be able to do now, once that's done, I mean, we could do this and say if there's any radiation falling on this at all, just cover it. And you'll see a little plastic film looking. It looks like you've gotten out the cling wrap in the kitchen and just put it across the top of the field to keep the rain from falling. But if you do that before you get this, if you turn this on and then don't get this pretty quickly thereafter, you will run into a problem with really dry fields. You'll look at it and then, it'll be raining and there'll be this square of dry right under it. So not good. Anyway, these are working nicely. So many ways to collect water. I guess with the drought, sandstorms are going to become a thing here as we get a little further into our tutorial here. It gets a little rougher as you go. All right, what is going on? We have no place to collect. Well, that's less than optimal. Okay, we'll collect behind that hill. Ospo. And how about you? What are you doing with your life? Nothing. You are useless. All the useless peoples. Okay, here we go. Clean it up. Continue to clean, please. We still got only the one kind of crop. We're going to be able to do some research here pretty soon with lots of room left in there. Actually, let's check our population. We have 9 people who are not working. We need an irrigator.
Fabulous.
Thank you. Oh, it's done.
As long as our irrigation plant is supplied with filtered water, it is able to neutralize a possible contamination of the soil due to radiation. But watch out. When water contaminated with radiation is fed into the system, this can lead to precisely the opposite. And the irrigation plant itself may possibly cause radioactive pollution of its surrounding area.
Wow. Okay, so see the film right now? Oh, he's going to talk.
Alongside contaminated rain, there are other environmental
here they
hazards.
come.
such as sandstorms or droughts. The soil dries out during a drought, and sandstorms sweep across the landscape from time to time. These sandstorms can damage your buildings and ultimately make them unfit for
Yeah.
use. We ought to prepare for this and assign several more builders to enable potential damage to be repaired.
Okay, we have some wood. We're gonna need some things when this stuff hits. See, they put up the poles and they just cover it so it stays nice and safe from the radiated water that's falling on it. Now, if I had not noticed this, dang, this could have been filled with water that already had radiation in it, and this would have just become a hotbed. That's kind of
You can
distressing.
decide which type of task your builders ought to give priority to at our town center. You can instruct them to merely repair buildings, to erect new buildings, or to do both at the same time. This
Okay.
enables you to react quickly in crisis situations.
Okay.
For instance, in the event of a sandstorm, you can quickly attend to having damaged buildings repaired.
We need another refiner, a charcoal burner. We've put in more. Let's do that because we were. Where's the charcoal? We don't even have it showing. Oh, there it is. Oh no, we have lots. We have lots of coal. All right, that's not so bad. I just. Oh, we need 2 more people here for the decontamination bits and bobs. Okay.
Now that we've taken care of all the necessary needs of our settlement, such as food,
Have we
water,
though?
protective clothing, and tools, our next efforts ought to focus on increasing the settlement's overall productivity. A
Nice.
research station allows us to develop
Yes.
different technologies. One
I
step in moving our settlement ahead is to make it possible for our refiners to acquire electronics from scrap. We should perform research on the appropriate technology to achieve this and instruct one of our refiners to produce electronics.
I'm in. Sounds great. So, yeah, we get to build a research station now, and then science gets to win the day one more time and find us new and clever ways to destroy our planet. It's going to be wonderful. Now, they don't like living next to this, which I find, I'll be honest, kind of odd. And I mean, it's -5. That's a pretty big hit. So, my first instinct was I want to live next to science, but apparently I'm some weird man out here. And we're cutting down, we've got a lot of trees going on, although we don't really, I mean, we can always plant more too. What am I worried about? You know what? We have a lot of people back here, although they're not going to want to live next to it either. Okay, let's just, you know what? The science and the weather, this seems like a good match, right? They're both doing, did I just slide that over into one spot more than I would want to have it? Quite possibly, but we're going to pretend I didn't notice that and it'll be fine. Actually, let's check on, we'll go to logistics and well, we can put a road straight in. Okay, we did fine. We did really good. Oh, yay. Except on this side, it's not good at all, but shit happens. And we do have a sandstorm going on, in case you missed that. They do happen, and we're going to have to check because it's entirely possible we have damaged buildings now. Now here, they're talking about the town center. They're still just meaning our little bus at this point, but we can do this. Just click and drag that up and say, oops. The first thing I want you to do before you build anything, before you build the science, get over here and repair anything that might be damaged. I don't think there's a lot that actually was damaged this time, so I'm not going to worry about that. We'll go back and we'll just say, build, repair when you're not building, which is a great deal of the time. We are in the middle of a drought though. Ouch. No fishing, no water. Okay, well, I think the wells continue slowly, possibly producing. Here we go, little bits. Maybe. Does this have any water in it? Not a drop. Oh, that's good. Well, hopefully, they're going to be able to get some elsewhere. So we do have some water stored. We should be okay. No fish, no fresh fish. I mean, we have fish. We got all kinds of stuff, right? We're doing really well with the food. We have no apples. We still have beans left over from the original bus ride in. Lots of berries. We've even got wild boar meat, cabbages. Oh, cabbages and pork. Fried cabbage and butter with some salt and pepper. Little pulled pork. Or a barbecue pulled pork with coleslaw. Oh, heavens, yeah. We still have lots of fish. We get tons of mushrooms. Plums for dessert. I keep meaning to look up what this is because I just don't remember. I just don't know. We got tons of venison. Okay, well, we're not going to be starving anytime soon. Now I do want to put in another recycler. We have lots, although, yeah, I'm just going to build another one. Because I've got 2 of each of these other things doing what they do, and I want one just for electronics itself. What are you? You're a well. We're on this side. I want this over here. Let's see why I thought I was here. Not good. We can pop you in right here. Why, yes, we can. And we'll even give you a wee rude, like so. And we have to do research, instructing them and doing the things. We will need another refinery person, and we're going to need a bunch of researchers, and I don't have a single one available at the moment. Let's speed this up. That'll change. See, we have children growing up. There's 1, 2. Come on, Ellie. Grow faster. You know you want to. Daniel. It's all good, little people. 3, you're going to be our first scientist. You are a privileged generation. I love this. I love this. Look at you guys. And we got babies being born. So as soon as we have another couple of people here, and we will. Any second now. Lorena, Max. Max says, I want to grow too. That's going down. Somebody's probably died of old age. I don't think we've had anybody actually die of anything but old age. But I'm assuming that the old age is in part being caused by things like giving them bad water. It seems a legitimate assumption. I think. I'm sorry. So we have lots of builders, probably more than we need at the moment. Although we've still got more people. All those children growing up. The water is back. The drought is over. I'm wondering if we need another water tower at some point. What else can we do for water? We have an electric pump, but we don't have power yet. But that's not far from now. That will be really soon. I do believe so. There we go. Science for the win. Wow, we do like big science, big engineering experiments, and there, look, we have a symbol, so that gives it all the authority it needs to be epic, right? Absolutely, totally. So we only needed 3 for this. We assigned 5 because we had it. And as soon as this is built, and it is, actually we've already assigned that too. Why, yes, we have. So now this is going to do, you know what, I'm going to have them do metal because I find that is what I always run out of first. So let's have them just add to the metal while we can. And as soon as we have done some research here, open the research window. So we have, you can scroll back and forth. There are all sorts of fun things that we're going to be able to play around with. And electronics are being the first one. Now with this building, I don't know if you can see this. This is the knowledge that we have, and that's the limit. Apparently we can only get 10 knowledge at a time. And they're sort of in there studying away or something. And then we can click on this, and when we start it, it's going to use up one of those little wisdoms. We shall use up our brain power, studying like crazy little people. And this will do that every time you click on it until this runs along. Now, the first thing they do is gather stuff. So we're going to need scraps. We have lots of scraps. Well, we have a lot more medication apparently. I wonder if there's going to be a trade system. If there is, I have not reached that point yet. Now look at this. See what's happened here? We have some radiation that is in the air and or about to fall on our good stuff, and we're going, no, let's protect it. So parts of this are just dry. It's just no good, but that is at least, that is being looked after with the radiation, or with the, between the water and the covering there. So you see part of the crop is dying. It's not perfect, but we, you know, we're way ahead of it. We're way ahead, so we're good. And that's just cute. And you can determine that. I mean, if you're in a really bad way and you just need the water, I guess even an early death from old age due to the ravages of radiation is probably somewhat better than, you know, death today, I guess. So I want to check. This is our decontamination post, and it is reaching all of these buildings. And our next one is reaching all of these buildings. Is there any place else it needs to be? This is pretty much it over here. And this one is hitting all of these. There's nothing, whoops, oops. There's food. Okay, now there's a problem. So I am going to do something about that right now. That means we got food being stored over here. And I don't want food stored over here. There is a way. Here we go. I wish, is there a thing to say, deselect all the food? And I don't think there is. So we're going to have, no, wood is fine. We don't eat a lot of wood soup these days. We're pretty much doing okay. So I don't want food stored here. Look at all the kinds of food coming. Apples, peach, oh, pecans. Oh, yes. Hearty meals. Lupins, that's a flower. We don't eat lupins, do we? I don't think so. Chicken stews. Cake. Let them eat cake. We have all the things. I like it. Okay, so we're going to, I don't even think I want the medicines here. I think we just need to, I need to put either, unless there's some more storage. We still have some room here, but I don't want it tucked out there. We will put more storage in here. And hopefully, we'll just be able to have that happen. Maybe we can get some proper storage in before we need more. 'Tis my hope. So we have 5 researchers. Let's make that an even number just 'cause. As many medics as we can have in that one hospital. Scrap collectors, we always want more of them. They do die off, and you have to keep checking that to put new people in. The builders are doing fine. We can, we seem to be doing, you know what, let's make that an even number just 'cause. And I'm not keen, we have so much meat already. I just don't want to do more with that. Well, I think we're getting a lot from our little private herd here. They are breeding, and I think most of what we got is coming from there. And I just don't want them destroying all of the wildlife in the area. So I'm simply not going to put more people in there. And look, we're almost done. And let us check on this. You are still, ooh, it's a hazy day, folks. Very hazy day. There's still a few bits closer here. I want this cleaned up. I went to put something there, and there was junk in the way, and it's like, no, this is not what I want. Anyway, I'm going to call this one done for today. I hope you are. I like this game. I like it a lot. It's actually quite nice to sit back and play quietly. It's a lot more relaxing than it looks. There are some challenges coming that get a little. But they're so far they've been doable. It's been okay. It's been you have a minute of worrying, and then you say, oh, that's not so bad. Rich food. Ooh, look at that. 9 different kinds. See, that's good. We need a range. Anyway, thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you're enjoying this little game. I quite like it. I think it's really good. There have been some really good games out lately. Evil Genius, Dwarf Romantic. This one, just, lots and lots and lots of nice games. Oh, and I got the key for the deluxe version of Evil Genius yesterday, so I'll be installing that and seeing what I've been missing. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate the thumbs up. I appreciate the follows, your lovely comments. I just thank you for being in my life. Bye-bye.